Hi there. We are in Nampa, Idaho, and we are at the Warhawk Air Museum. We are here for the Warbird Roundup. It's August 2025, and we wanted to share this experience with you so you can come along with us.
It will be real interesting seeing old World War II aircraft, and it's going to be a lot of fun. You can join us.
Nestled beside the Nampa Municipal Airport in Idaho lies a remarkable tribute to U.S. aviation history, the Warhawk Air Museum. Established in 1989 by aviation enthusiasts John and Sue Paul, the Warhawk Air Museum was born from a passion to preserve military aviation and the stories behind it. More than just aircraft, the museum is filled with uniforms, photos, medals, and written narratives donated by veterans and their families, offering deeply personal windows into lives shaped by war. The museum is deeply community-oriented, partnering with the Library of Congress's Veterans History Project to capture first-hand stories, hosting the Kilroy Coffee Klatch lecture series, and welcoming educational tours. If you're planning a visit, you'll find the museum at 201 Municipal Drive in Nampa. Hours are Tuesday through Saturday, 9 to 5, and Sundays from 11 to 4. I will leave a link to the museum's website below.
All right, what I have here is this is a print signed by Bob Morgan, who was the pilot of the Memphis Belle. He served in Europe. After he did his 25 missions, they came to the United States to start a bond tour. Well, they landed in Florida. Being the first day back, they all went to the O Club and they all had a party. They were so inebriated that they had to have the plane from Florida to Georgia the very next day. They were all drunk, passed out in the back of the plane. So this young lady, Helen Snap, who was a WASP pilot, went ahead and flew the B-17 Memphis Belle from Florida to Georgia while they were all passed out in the back of the plane. Only woman ever to fly the B-17 Memphis Belle. All my prints are signed. This is the founder of the Blue Angels, Butch Voris, 1947, Admiral Nimitz asked him to form a demonstration group. So he formed the Blue Angels. Bud Anderson, P-51, was known as a triple ace, had 17 and a half kills. Recently died last year, hung around here in the Nampa area. Also, another interesting one, George Gay. If you've ever seen the movie Midway, he's the one that's floating in the water with the seat cushion over his head.
Okay. Yeah.
Last surviving member of the Torpedo 8 Squadron.
Okay.
This is a newspaper printed in Honolulu right after the bombing. This was printed in the afternoon. It notes on here that 6 known dead. So this was given to me as a gift, and I've kept it in the frame. The same gentleman that gave me this Los Angeles Times, and this is the end of the war. Are you guys familiar with the incident of the USS Indianapolis?
No.
That's the destroyer that carried the atomic bomb secretly, and nobody knew. It was so secretive that nobody knew they were out there. Well, this was the 15th of August. It was after the war, and then they posted the Indianapolis was sunk with 883 killed. They're the ones that were in the water for 2 and 3 days, and the sharks
And the sharks were
getting them.
That.
Yes.
You were pulling people on out that they thought were just
Well,
asleep, and they weren't asleep. They were,
Right.
they were
One
half
guy
their
said he
body.
saw his buddy and he went to see it, and his buddy ended up, and it was only part of him.
Part of them.
Yeah, this is a lot of fun. Once these prints are gone, they're gone. They were in storage for 20 years.
And these prints are for sale.
All of them. They're all $50 except the Hero of Midway. That's pretty. There only 400 of those were made 25 years ago. So they were all in storage. I went down and met the artist. I've known him for 4 years, but I flew down there just to get 150 prints he had in storage.
Wow.
He doesn't do any more artwork. He's writing a couple of books.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So, been cool. It was our greatest generation.
I agree.
I think I've met some of the pilots 20 years ago, some different pilots. All of these prints, these gentlemen all have something to do with significance. They are aces, or like Helen Sapp, WASP pilot.
Right, absolutely.
Interesting fact is they made 12,000 B-17 bombers, and they lost 8,000 of them. Not all were in combat. Some crashed, some were lost at sea, but you're talking 60,000 airmen.
Wow.
This artist also did a print of Charlie Brown. The pilot, his name is Charlie Brown. He flew what is known as the B-17 Ye Old Pub, and it was shot up really bad. All his crew was injured. The plane had no ammo. He was trying to make it back to England, and a German 109 pulled up beside him, and he thought that was the end of it. But the German 109 waved at him and led him to the English Channel and flew back to Germany. And the story wasn't told for years because they would have executed the German pilot.
Right.
His name was Franz Stigler.
Oh, okay.
And the artist had Franz Stigler and Charlie Brown. He did a print of them, and they went like hotcakes. I have a Franz Stigler, and of course I won't ever get rid of it.
Of course.
But it's a great story. It's called Above and Beyond, I think, was the book.
Yeah, my grandfather, he did the supporting. He was a pipe fitter and fitted the ships and stuff like that. And so he stayed in the U.S., but he helped the war effort in being supportive.
Where's my wife? she's in honor of her grandmother. She's dressed up as Rosie the Riveter.
Oh, okay.
And she has her grandmother's badge on her shirt.
Oh, does she?
Yeah.
Each August, the Warhawk Museum transforms into the heart of aviation history for the awe-inspiring Warbird Roundup. This year marks the 23rd annual Warbird Roundup, Idaho's premier two-day event dedicated to honoring historic military aircraft. It's the largest gathering of its kind in the state, drawing thousands of visitors from across the Pacific Northwest. Expect powerful aerial choreography with World War II legends like the P-51C Boise Bee, P-38 Lightning Honeybee, B-25J Sweet Dreams, and the iconic P-47 Thunderbolt Dottie Mae, all taking to the skies. Beyond the air show, the event features food trucks, vendor booths, a fun kid zone, and full access to the Warhawk Museum's exhibits, including the fascinating new Global War on Terror displays.